For this week's Mending Monday segment, I'm joined by the founder of our sponsors at Save the Michaels, Avi Israel, and the CEO of Endeavor, Elizabeth Morrow. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.
Thank you.
Elizabeth, I'm going to start with you. Can you tell us about Endeavor and what the mission is in our community?
Absolutely. We are a certified community behavioral health care clinic. So that means we provide licensed outpatient mental health, substance use services, counseling. We have psychiatry, case management, care coordination, crisis response, a whole slew of supportive services. All, open to the community, open access.
Okay, very robust,
Yes.
Things that you guys can address and solve. So how are Endeavor and Save the Michaels connected with their efforts?
So a few years ago, we found out that we really needed some help with mental health. A lot of people that we would send to treatment would get rejected because of mental health. We contacted Endeavor. They immediately sent a couple of their people over. And I'm very proud to say we have a very strong partnership to where we can send somebody and that person is being seen within an hour and getting the treatment that they need.
Wow.
Looking at some of the mental health, and I don't want to overstep my boundary because Liz is the professional, but 49% of people in this country, over 50, have some sort of mental health. And then you get about something around 46% of young adults. And by yet to get help,
there's a lot of obstacles.
There's a lot of red tape, there's a lot of obstacles in the way. And what we want to do is partner with people who can provide the help immediately.
Avi, do you want to talk about how critical mental health is in our community's youth, especially?
Well, like I said, there's about 46% of people, youth, who are suffering, a lot of them with depression and anxiety. But believe it or not, if you think about it, really the highest suicide rate in this country are for people in their 80s, which we would never think about that. But why wait until somebody gets to 80 if we can help them at 14 or 10 years old? And that's where Endeavor comes in. And that's where we need to provide the help to a lot of these young kids who get into it. New York State ranked third from the bottom when it comes to overdose death out of 50 states. That's not a good place to be. At the same time, they're ranked 7th when it comes to providing help for people with mental health and addiction. Elizabeth and Endeavor provide such an array of services that is really needed in the community. The thing that we really need, and I really encourage everybody out there, don't be ashamed. I tell people that the shame of admitting that your kid or your loved one has mental health or addiction is nothing. That pain is nothing compared to the pain of losing a child. So there is help available.
Yes. But I think, why we are highlighting both Save the Michaels and Endeavor is because there's a lot of help out there, but unfortunately, when people are struggling with their mental health or ready to get help with addiction, they need immediate care. And for a lot of other agencies, there's a lot of hoops that people have to go through before they can reach that care. This is why what you guys are doing is so special.
Right.
So Elizabeth, walk me through what the process is when someone comes to you in need of help.
So every single one of our clinics, it has walk-in hours. So you can literally just walk in and ask for help, and we will pair them up right away. And then we do a lot of partnering in with our community providers, because that's the only way, as Avi was saying, that's really truly the only way to meet the needs. You can go to our website, you can pick up the phone. We're having more and more people approach us through the website asking for help, and that's kind of a nice way. I think people can ease in a little bit. It's not quite so scary because there is still stigma. Whichever way we go into schools, primary care clinics, so we're embedded all over the place. We're kind of quiet. We're being more visible now because we do want the word to get out there that we're here. Services are available. And when that person is ready to make that call or seek help, as we're saying, that's why it's so important to be there at that moment, because you don't want them to start backing up.
Right. And it's breaking down those barriers when people are ready to get that help. And, Avi, we talked with you about something that makes Save the Michaels so special is you truly think of anything that could stop people from getting the help they need, even down to something that is so simple, but we don't even realize how important transportation is, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of gaping holes in our system. And what we're trying to do, to work together with different organizations and to be the catching glove that catches the people so when they fall through the cracks, these are our people. The kids are our future. When you start neglecting the kids, you're neglecting the future. You're basically writing off the future. And when you get kids who have addiction or mental health, any kind of mental health, and today everybody who is addicted has mental health. And when you go to treatment and you cannot get the services that really got you there, then we'll basically just keep going around and around and around. It's time for us to take over. Obviously, New York State is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So how can our viewers support both Save the Michaels and Endeavor with what you guys are trying to do? I think all you need to go is just call. Call. Whether you need mental health, whether you need addiction, Save the Michael gets way over 35 to 40,000 calls a year. Okay, for a small non-for-profit organization. We are going to direct you to the right person. And everything that we do is, there's no charge for it, there's nothing. All you got to do, pick up the phone and just say something. There's no shame in admitting that you have an issue or that your child has an issue, because the last thing that you want to do with the holidays coming up is staring at an empty chair.
Right. And Elizabeth, how can people get in touch with Endeavor?
You can go right to our website, so it's www.ehsny.org. And I think a really great way to support us that we can also support all the folks in our communities through that mental health awareness training, our Question, Persuade, Refer, which is a suicide awareness and prevention. And it's free. It's evidence-based. We go out to anyone in need with whole groups, schools, businesses. So that helps raise that awareness, and because prevention and early intervention, that's so important.
Life-changing. Well, thank you so much for coming in, you two, talking about important matters here. Viewers, if you would like to learn more about all of the ways that our sponsors at Save the Michaels are helping our community, you can visit savethemichaels.org. Thanks again for coming in, you two.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.